It is time for the state's social studies curriculum to be reviewed, and lawmakers are considering a task force to do it. Thanks for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Jennifer Bullock.
I'm Jared Smalley. Right now, two competing bills in the State House are looking to revise what your kids are taught and how they are taught. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy joins us with a look at how those two bills differ. Natalie?
The state social studies review happens every 5 years, so now lawmakers say it's time to take a look at the way curriculum is set. But they're taking two different approaches across the aisle.
I think the timing is right, and I think it's something that we need to do.
Republican Representative Don Jones is sponsoring House Bill 103. That would establish something called the Social Studies Task Force. They'd create standards based on a text called American Birthright.
We are the greatest country in my mind, and we need to make sure that our young people understand why we are the country we are today.
American Birthright says love, liberty, and the law should be the touchstones of American social studies instruction, saying some activists in schools are antagonistic towards our culture and that too many Americans have emerged from our schools ignorant of the nation's culture.
That's my attempt, is to get back to maybe what we learned in civics class and American history and government classes back several years ago when we didn't have all the turmoil in our society.
I don't happen to believe that the changes that would be required would be appropriate.
The standards the task force creates would then have to be approved by the General Assembly. The local boards would assign curriculum. On the other side of the aisle, Democratic Representative Mary Lightbody introduced House Bill 171.
Learning how to respect and enjoy and appreciate each other is part of what this community is asking us to do.
Lightbody's bill would include instruction on the migration experiences and contributions of a range of communities in the model curriculum.
It just asks them to please consider the needs of the Ohioans who come from that list of diverse communities.
The other bill tries to go in and say you have to teach a lot of different areas, which some of them really aren't applicable to different parts of the state.
Both bills are still in committee. The Republican-led bill has had 3 committee hearings, while the Democratic-led bill was only recently introduced and awaits its first House committee hearing. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.